Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a film and book review of a book I've just recently read, which is The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. This is a book written in 1982, it's a novel and follows the life of several African Americans living in the southern US around the 1930s. It follows the life of Celia, who is, at the beginning of the book, 14 years old, and she's uneducated. She's had quite a horrible life growing up. Her dad has been abusive, she's been the victim of rape, and she's had 2 children who she has had to give up for adoption. This book is written in the style of a letter, so throughout we have Celia writing letters to God or to her sister Nettie. I really enjoyed this book. I especially like the style of writing. A lot of the time, because it's from Celia's point of view and she's not very educated, you do get words that are written phonetically rather than how they are actually spelled, which I thought was quite clever because I never really thought about words like meningitis as spelt phonetically, for example. I did find it quite tricky at first to get into because there were so many deliberate spelling mistakes. I was thinking, what is this word? What does this mean? But after a while you get used to it, and I also like how as Celia becomes more educated, her letters are more well written and there's less phonetic usage in her letters as well. I really enjoyed the setting of this book. Even though it's written in first person letters, the setting is still portrayed in a really clear way. I also enjoyed the plot. It's both heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time. If you read it, then you'll know why. My favourite part of this book, I think, was the character arc of Celia. She starts off quite innocent at the beginning, and then as time goes by, she slowly becomes more and more confident. I don't have much more to say about the book without spoiling it, so I'm going to move on to the film. I really enjoyed the film as well, but obviously you cannot get a book that's going to take you about 6 hours to read in a 2-hour film, so it is an abridged version, I would say, of the novel. I feel like Celia's character arc is rushed a lot in the film though. She's quite innocent through most of the film, and then just one event and she snaps and she's all of a sudden this confident person, and it just doesn't seem very realistic, especially in comparison to the good writing of Alice Walker. So the reason Celia becomes more confident as a person is mainly due to her friend Shug. Celia and Shug's relationship I really enjoy in the book as well. Shug is quite defensive at the beginning, but then they become really good friends and more than friends at one point. And Celia really looks up to Shug, and that's the reason why she becomes more confident. It leads up to this one scene in the film where Celia and her husband Mr. they're all around the dinner table with their friends and family, and then Celia just snaps at Mr. because he's an abusive person. He's hit her before, called her names, all sorts. She snaps and she leaves. But it's very rushed in the film, and the book is so much better. There is one major thing in the film that I have a problem with though, and it misses out one key event that I think is the most important in the whole book, and it's relating to Celia's sister Nettie, and I don't want to give a spoiler away. Let's just say it relates to a mode of transport or transport. And that was a point in the book where I almost cried. I don't really cry to books. I can't remember the last time I cried at a book. This nearly made me cry. So that's how important that part of the book was, and it was just ignored. And I don't think it should be ignored. But in the film, the direction is exceptional, I think. In the book, Mr. wants to marry Nettie, not Celia, at the beginning. And Nettie does stay over a few times at their house, and it's directed so well in the film that those connotations of loving Nettie are really drawn out more. For example, there's one scene that I really enjoyed where Nettie and Celia were doing like the patty cake thing, and Mr. was just reading his newspaper, and then he does that so he can just see Nettie and not see Celie, and I thought that was very well done. So overall, I enjoyed both. That one part that was missed out in the film I thought was very sad, and I don't think they should have missed it out in the film. I think maybe this should also be remade into a series. I think a series would work better with this book. Also, I love reading books where you learn something or you can apply things from the book to the way you live or the way you think about life. And the reason why this is called Colour Purple is from one of the quotes from Shug, and this is it, and I'm going to read it because I think it's very inspirational. And I am going to swear, so I'm sorry if my family are watching this, but I need to read the quote. I think it pisses God off if you walk by the colour purple in a field somewhere and don't notice it. People think pleasing God is all God care about, but any fool living in the world can see it always trying to please us back. That's going to make me think about the colour purple and other colours in fields. No, but seriously, it makes you think we should appreciate the world around us, and that's the key thing I got from the colour purple. I think you should definitely read it. It's hard at first, but it's worth it when you get to the end. Thank you for watching my review. I hope it was entertaining. It's quite difficult to talk about a book without spoilers, but alas, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. See you next time. Goodbye, goodbye.